in every level, whether, see, a major 100 problems of Hindus, if you list, their temples are not in their hands. All the income, money comes not in their hands. All the income, money comes to the temple. For spreading Hinduism is not used for that purpose. And all the wealth dedicated and donated for Hinduism by their ancestors is not used for that purpose. Somebody was telling me the other day, I'm not talking about one state or any one country, and I don't interfere in any country's internal administration and all that. I am talking to Hindus to wake up. Wherever you are suffering slavery, you need to understand. Many of the wealth dedicated by their ancestors to revive and maintain Hindu arts, Hindu medicine, Hindu spiritual truths, the wealth is not being used. Whether it's a political slavery or the persecution Hindus suffering, or not having the religious freedom to own their religious worship places in their control, not having the freedom to practice their religion as they want, as the agamas, their religious scriptures describe, not able to maintain and hold their religious organizations or religious wealth under them. You ask any question, any problem to any Hindu thinkers, think tanks, Hindu organizations, Hindu leaders, Hindus, whether common Hindu or Hindu thinkers, ask them, any of them, these questions. Why the Hindu gurus are being attacked left, right, center through the hate speech, and systematically the Hindu organizations are pulled down, collapsed, and why Hindus are keeping quiet without defending the Hindu gurus who are the... See, Hindu gurus are attacked to destroy Hinduism. Please understand, the anti-Hindu elements, their goal, their aim is Hinduism. Because the Hindu gurus are defending Hinduism and promoting Hinduism, they are being attacked. And Hindus are not waking up to this truth. You ask any of these questions, this top 100 questions, top 100 problems. You list top 100 problems of the Hindus. Getting bullied in the cyberspace. So much of cyberbullying. All the major social media organizations are anti-Hindu. Racist. So much cyberbullying. Racist attacks on Hindus. They don't have their temples under their control. Their gurus are being attacked left, right, center. Every day one guru is pulled down with false accusations, false cases, lawfare, hate speech, very systematically. List all these 100 problems and ask these questions. Everyone will say, oh, I am doing whatever I can. But others are not doing. What can we do? We need Hindu leaders who understand collective integrity truth. It is collective integrity which is going to keep the ship stay afloat. Even if you have only 10 people in your team, if you are able to make that whole team collective integrity, your Kailasa will be successful. You can be head of a Kailasa and it will be successful. I tell you, in every level, I have to do my responsibility. In my responsibility, things to do list, foremost, first priority is to bring all the great superconscious gifts from Kailasa and share it with you all. That's my first priority. As I told, strengthening your Divya Sarira with the right methodologies, making your body sattvic through yoga, right aushadha and sattvic food, making your mind sattvic and powerful through completion, unclutching, nirvikalpa samadhi, making your consciousness powerful by that sattvic Paramashivananda, introducing literally the existence, conscious existence of Paramashiva. You just know Paramashiva is alive and he is in me. He is sitting alive, blissful, with his broad Swarupa. Paramashiva Paramburul, knowing he is alive in you. Makes your consciousness sattvic. My first and foremost responsibility is to bring these great gifts to all of you. And to bring these gifts to all of you and share it with all of you, making all of you enlightened and enjoy. This is my first and foremost responsibility, and this is my first priority. My second priority, second work is making all my Sangha, people who have given their life to me, making them understand the great truth of collective integrity. As I told, I have the best people, most dedicated. One of the most sweetest message I received in last few days is Akil Kodali sending me message, Swamiji, please come to satsang. I miss you too much. Arey, I could not control my laughter. Actually, this message from Akhil Kodali has put such a wide smile on my face. Hey, this fellow having so much romance and love. I tell you, I have best people around me. Akhil will give anything he has for me, will not even think he has given that to me. He will literally feel he is enjoying that through me. That kind of a love. I have such highly integrated people. But unfortunately, all of them need to understand the importance of collective integrity. It is only the collective integrity which will keep the ship afloat, successful. Write 108 times collective integrity, collective integrity, collective integrity, collective integrity. Not selective integrity or individual integrity alone. Individual integrity is okay, good. But it is collective integrity. Only that can keep the ship afloat and successful. My second responsibility is making my Sangha, Kailasa, all the people who gave their life to me, who gave their individual integrity to me, making them realize collective integrity's importance. I think in all our ashram, in every room, we should put a small board beautifully. Collective integrity keeps the ship afloat. Not just individual integrity. So, the people who are working in accounts department, distributing money, and the people who are working in Goshala and keeping the Goshala clean and cows healthy, happy, and the people who are doing the agriculture and growing the herbs, and people who are doing puja in the temple, everyone need to have integrity to keep the ship afloat. The collective integrity only will keep the ship afloat, making the people who declared their integrity to me, making them realize the importance of collective integrity. I have some people highly dedicated, like Sri Shantapriyananda. He will be absolutely obedient to Guru Vak. Anything I say, he will simply obey. But complete loose, cranky. He cannot even talk to others. Make a simple coordination. Even simple coordination he cannot do. Sri Shantapriyananda, write 108 times. Collective integrity keeps the ship afloat. Collective integrity makes the Kailasa successful. Collective integrity only will make my life successful. if one department fails, then be very clear, everyone is going to not only lose the job, lose the life, because the ship is going to sink. In all our ashrams, all our temples, all our monasteries, all our gurukuls, we should have a clear board. Almost like every hall, every room, even the devotee's house where you are literally living like an extended Kailasa, you should put a board. It is collective integrity that makes your life and Kailasa successful. People who can make collective integrity successful are the leaders. Working with others, whatever need to be done, making it happen. My second responsibility is teaching my Kailasa people the collective integrity. Third, my third work is making Hindus aware how they are being cheated, exploited, destroyed, hit, persecuted. I tell you, one of the worst thing is Hindus are not even realizing they are being persecuted, they are under siege. Very active war is going on. Hinduism is the fastest shrinking, dying religion. Sorry for using the word dying. Fastest shrinking religion. Go and see the statistics. Don't try to come and kambusutufai here. Go and see the statistics. Hinduism is the fastest shrinking religion. Just see last 100 years track record. You will understand what I am saying. These three are my important responsibilities. Let me do my first responsibility. Inspiring, initiating, making all of you understand in every level working with your body, with your mind, with your consciousness, and experiencing Divya Sarira, the divine conscious body. Understand these few principles. These few principles which I am going to share with you all now are like universal. Sarvabhaumya. Vrataha. These are like universal vows, universal principles. Sattvic means anything which awakens the qualities of consciousness in you, like extreme love, fulfillment. I tell you, when I manifest from samadhi, the kind of the love and joy, excitement, intensity I feel, actually this withdrawing from the society, I am enjoying like anything. I am basically a loner. Enjoys is aloneness. I don't feel intimidated or disturbed by the crowd. Thousands coming. No, I don't feel disturbed. It's not that I hate people, no. But I enjoy my space, just being with me in samadhi. It is such an extraordinary living joy, living experience of bliss, not imagination, theory, visualization, fantasy, no. Living, how you feel you are alive in your body. Bliss is a living experience for me in samadhi. It is just alive. Anything infuses that bliss, alive, as living experience in you is sattva. That is what I call good food. Good food is sattva. Sattva is the good food. I am getting so many questions now alive. The live questions. Bhushanananda is asking, Dear Swamiji, what more can I do to keep the boat afloat? Bhushanananda, first drop all your fears, delusion. Go back to Adi Kailash. Decide your life is to keep the collective integrity. Sincere decision, intention to keep the collective integrity is enough. That will inspire everyone. Please understand, anyone who lives in my Kailasa, all over the world, whether it is a Adi Kailasa or Salem or Biddi or Tiruvannama, anyone who lives in my Kailasa, naturally, they have declared their individual integrity to me. They don't need to be inspired. They need to see others are also working for collective integrity. So let me also work for collective integrity. That's all. We just need few examples who are sincerely working for collective integrity. Then everyone will simply decide, yes, collective integrity is my life. Collective integrity is my life. Collective integrity keeps the boat afloat. Keeps the ship afloat. They just need few examples who are sincere to work for collective integrity. Bhushanananda, go to Adi Kailasa, be an example. Through your sincerity, show that you want everyone to come to collective integrity. Constantly holding the space, talking to everyone, reaching out to everyone, inspiring everyone, educating everyone about the collective integrity and how only collective integrity is going to make the ship afloat. Individual integrity alone is not enough to keep the ship afloat. You realizing and making everyone realize, that will only make the ship afloat. Bhushanananda, I know you are integrated to me individually, but you need to work for collective integrity. That is what is the real leader. Leader is a person who works for collective integrity. Not just individually integrated. As I said, I have many people who will just be happily ready to donate their kidney for me, but cannot go around and inspire others, ask others, work with others, and make others also integrated and make the collective integrity. I'm just seeing all the questions, live questions. Everyone is asking, how can we make the collective integrity happen? Actually, there is no manual for it. You need to start working with people. You need to start listening to people. You need to start bringing completion with yourself and with people. You need to start building team. we have a clear process manifesting everyone's reality. That used to be the syllabus for inner awakening 4th level. We had inner awakening level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, where everyone's vision, ambition is shared and everyone tries to help to make everyone's vision into reality. So that should become the ecosystem, the collective integrity should become the ecosystem of every Kailasa. Any Kailasa where the collective integrity become ecosystem, that Kailasa will be successful. That's all. Maybe you can all think about collective integrity and have a Vakyartha Sadas about collective integrity. Not having collective integrity is the source reason and sole reason for all the problems of the Hindus. Any Kailasa brings collective integrity as the ecosystem will be successful and solve all problems of Hindus. See, when a collective integrity is brought, everyone in the team will be successful. Everyone will be successful. Simple, super determinism to have a collective integrity brings collective integrity. That's what I am doing. How much I am attacked, abused from externally and even from internally, how many ways I have been attacked. But super determinism to keep the collective integrity, that made the Kailasa successful. Kailasa happened. That is making the Kailasa stay afloat and successful. Let's do Vakyartha on this and bring all your questions. I'll answer all those questions tomorrow in the next satsang live. The next live satsang. I don't want to say tomorrow. Next live satsang. And also we will start the Parashakti, Paramashakti, Devi Bhava Darshan and Akashic readings. Soon. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all work on this collective integrity. Let's all radiate with collective integrity also. Integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Paramadvaitam, the Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva, Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढा श्रीमीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूपा परशिवपुत्र
Holiness. Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadasham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones upset, power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained what is power manifestation. The science of power manifestation. It's a science because it is repeatable and all of us can manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Experiencing the superconscious breakthrough in each of us is science of power manifestation. The Shastra Pramana, the evidences from the Shastra, the scriptures, for proving it is science. The Shastra Pramana are eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, experience and the results of the Aptas, who are the Rishis, Munis, Kanas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas, all of them manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested and scientific and foolproof. Bhagavan has beautifully made us understand that how these humans became the superconscious being are the Aptas, who are the authority of Hinduism. Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana are the account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of each power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leelas. Bhagavan has beautifully explained in the satsang how he had been in the space of oneness and manifested Kailasa as a super determination. He is making us understand how the collective integrity can manifest Kailasa in our life. Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramanas are the evidences from all the experience of the devotees, disciples, and followers all around the world, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva initiated by Bhagwan himself. Bhagwan is very clear that he has manifested in all of us to experience the superconscious breakthrough. He has clearly said that whoever comes to the Kailash courtyard, I myself will be there and manifest through them all the auspiciousness and abundance. Again and again, when you are in the conscious space, even as little, and simply your whole reality shifts into the superconscious space and manifest all that abundance and beautiful healing and all that you are cherishing. Bhagavan beautifully says, if you're $1 trillion kid, somebody says, hey, wake up. You are $1 trillion kid. How would you feel? And what would you do? What would you experience? That is exactly how you wake up from this struggle and to understand that Paramashiva is all you are, and manifesting as Parashakti is the most beautiful space of oneness with Paramashiva. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Again and again, Bhagavan gives us the thoughtless space to make us understand thinking is not required. The way we are withdrawing from thinking is not thinking, but becoming aware and not thinking is the ultimate space of oneness with Paramashiva. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are from the Veda Agamas, where Bhagavan has beautifully given from the Sarvanyatma Agama today for the power of all-knowing, Sarvanyatva.
Agama, verse 15. एवमेकात्मभावेन संस्थितस्य तु योगिनः सर्वज्ञत्वं प्रवर्तेत विकल्परहितस्य तु एवमेकात्मभावेन संस्थितस्य तु योगिनः सर्वज्ञत्वं प्रवर्तेत विकल्परहितस्य तु.
Bhagavan Parameshwara says, within such a yogi who established himself in absolute non-dual oneness with Lord Shiva and who keeps himself free from all sorts of differentiating notions, the exalted supreme power of all-knowingness, Sarvanyatva, gets unfolded in all its fullness. Bhagavan beautifully says how we are differentiating ourselves from others, from other objects, other beings, other things that are around us. Beautifully says that how God, Paramashiva, lives in the stones, breathes through the trees, moves through the animals, and manifests through the humans as superconscious being. Beautifully, if we understand that everything that exists is a dimension of Paramashiva manifesting as that reality. If we understand how we can understand a clay dough, a kid is playing with a clay dough, making a pot in a clay, making a house in a clay, and a doll in a clay. All the material that is a clay, the very source material is a clay. Same way, the very source material is consciousness, Paramashiva. And each one of us looking in and searching for that space and discovering that space is the science of our manifestation. And Bhagavan initiates us into that space for us to experience the higher superconsciousness, who we are. And that is what Bhagavan's play for all of us, Guru's blessing for all of us to recognize ourselves, who we are, what we are, and how we exist, the very core of us. When Arunagiri when he was doing all kinds of wrong things, literally a womanizer, he wanted to commit a suicide and he went to Tiruvannamalai temple and climbed on the top and he jumped. But a yogi came and helped him and told him he blesses him with all the powers of Sarvanyatva and he can simply start singing the praise of the Lord. And after that, he composed the whole Tirupugal. And all these great saints, how they happened on planet Earth and how they discovered themselves and manifested these reality as the beautiful space of oneness. Adi Shankara, when he was given a gooseberry by a lady, simply that gratitude that she had made him shower all the golden gooseberry as auspiciousness and abundance. He was a 7-year-old boy. He was not schooled. And how did he know the Kanagadara Sostra? Nobody taught him and nobody told him, if you sing this, they will get the showering. Nothing. He just downloaded in him and he gave that to the planet Earth. All these great things which are given to planet Earth gets downloaded, whether it is Einstein, Newton or Adi Shankara. It is Paramashiva who is manifesting and playing the Leela in our life. Again and again, all these discoveries and invention clearly shows us how the oneness space manifests as powers. And beautifully, Bhagavan, when he was in the womb of his mother was reciting the Abhirami Andadi. And simply when he came out and he was like 2-3 years old, when he started talking, he was reciting the whole thing. Now science has proven that if you teach a different language to the child which is in the womb and the mother doesn't know, when the child comes out, even as young as 1 year, it can speak that new language. All these signs are known now, but we are already downloading all that for thousands of years. And such a beautiful space of oneness, we can download any information. The Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul, they were put into a test. They were asked to sit on the stage of 10 of them, and each one was given a test which they don't know their grade nor the content of the subject they are going to be examined. They have to simply download the answers and they have to tell the answers in front of the audience on the stage, keeping an exam which is higher than their level, which they have no idea what the subject is. And still all of them performed amazingly. They got 40 to 60%. Simply amazing marks by downloading the whole science. This was proven in Nithyananda Gurukul. Bhagavan himself manifested through each of the child, and simply they were so happy that they could write exams which they don't have to study anymore. Here, Guru Namachivayam, Bhagwan's one of the favorite. He was born in Karnataka and he moved to Thiruvannamalai where he wanted to sing on Lord Shiva to enter the temple, but he didn't know. So every day he'll go there, make all the gestures and everything, and he will move away. Seeing this, one of them thought that he was misbehaving in front of the temple, took the stick and started beating him. So when he was beaten by a stick, he sings to the Lord, "Oh Lord, finally you made me do it. Otherwise I would have never done it." And he sings in Tamil and the door opens and he simply surrenders, thanking Bhagavan for the beating that he got for singing the verses on Shiva to open the door. Even he thought that hitting was the right appropriate thing for him to expand into the superconscious space. Being in that oneness space, that everything is auspiciousness, everything that happens only expands to the more and more higher reality. Oneness with Paramashiva is the ultimate space that you can experience. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains how he is manifested the power of downloading Hindi. And so beautiful, he speaks and in Hindi and narrates the instant how it is happening in him. In the Atma Pramana.
See, the possibility of the human life is what we call Kundalini energy. Possibility of human life. There are multiple possibilities in you. It is like in set-top box. You have the possibility of 170 channels. But which channel you open is up to you. Reminding you about your possibility. And I also yesterday tried one more funny thing. It was very successful. Trying to pick up Hindi through Akashic records. I was able to very successfully. I can say at least 25 sentences I picked up. I just sent the Sanskrit statements. Usually I think in Sanskrit, means there is no individual free will and thinking, but the thinking is realized by my inner space first in Sanskrit, then it gets translated either into English or into Tamil. If I'm doing some administration work, that gets translated into English, Tamil. If I'm giving satsang, it gets translated into English. So yesterday I tried to send that raw material, that Sanskrit, into this Hindi software, and the statements came out. Kundalini is your possibility, the multiple possibility. After 25 statements, I think I myself got overexcited. So the moment I get overexcited, I fall into samadhi. The overexcitement leads to too much of completion. You can't have the gap between internal and external. So the overexcitement. If you discover something new, how you get excited? Like that, I started getting excited. So the moment I started getting excited, I saw very clearly the Sanskrit, the words go inside and come out as a diffused energy. The words are not coming out. It's like the vak, what do you call vocal cord in that area. From the being, the words enter, and by the time it comes out, it just becomes prana. It is no more a word. It is disintegrated to prana. Means gone back to the original source, the original form. So the original form of a letter is mantra. Original form of a language is mantra, the prana space. I know I'm throwing too many mystical details. Even if you don't understand, it's okay. I just wanted all these to be on record. When science evolves to scale spirituality, that time the scientists will discover the meaning of all these words. Till then, let all these be at least on record. Kundalini is your possibility. You letting your possibility happening in you. You trusting your possibility without self-doubt. You responding to your possibility without the self-doubt is Kundalini energy. Please understand. Each human being allows himself to be expressed, allows his possibility without self-doubt in one dimension, no doubt. Even if you are a useless fellow, to be useless in that dimension, you allow your possibility without self-doubt. Somebody allows their possibility without self-doubt in the field of cooking. This guy may be useless in all other fields, but in cooking, he has no self-doubt about himself. He knows any dish he sees, he will be able to make it. Some people will allow themselves without self-doubt in the field of medicine. Maybe an orthopedic surgeon or general physician or eye specialist or dentist. Somebody may express their peak possibility without self-doubt in the field of law. So every human being expresses his peak possibility, allows his peak possibility in some one field without self-doubt. It is not that you don't express in any field at all. No, then you can't be alive. Even to be alive, at least in one field, you have to allow the Kundalini to breathe through you. Kundalini has to breathe through you at least in one field. I have seen some people, they will be so cunning. In the cunningness, they will allow their peak possibility. In some field, you allow your peak possibility without self-doubt.
Bhagavan has beautifully said how the possibility in us without self-doubt. And Bhagavan beautifully said how collective integrity, that he is beyond all these struggles that is going on in his life. And he only super determination that he has, that Paramashiva is only real. The side effect is Kailasa, Bhagavan says. All that auspiciousness and abundance flow through us when we declare that Paramashiva is who we are, and all that manifests is Parashakti. Here, beautifully, Bhagavan gives us the power of translating unknown languages. They have translated the word Swarupa, and she found the meaning that it is a one who devoted to the truth. That is a beautiful space that devotee has explained how she has manifested the power of Sarvangyatva. You're going to translate English to unknown language or unknown language to English. Either way is fine. You can use Google Translation for verification. If you have a partner, you can ask the partner to give you a sentence, or you can take few sentences and start translating it in Sanskrit or any language that you don't know anything about. And simply you can see how Bhagavan is going to manifest through you. And we have seen many times, this is a very common thing, that was a child in the Paramashivoham program, and she was crying for a few days because she doesn't know that she cannot speak in English. She can only understand. And she was a French kid. And she went to Darshan, asked Bhagavan that I want to download English. And the very next day, she started speaking in English. Yes, when you start speaking, you will usually make so many grammatical mistakes, the accent will be wrong. But she was a fluent English speaking kid. How can a kid just learn overnight the language and grammatically correct the first time she starts talking, and without stammering or trying to find words? And she was crying till that day that she doesn't like the program because everybody speaks in English and not in French. And suddenly the whole thing shifted and she just started speaking in English. We have seen so many times the Balasans, how they don't know Tamil, they come from different parts of India, and a Telugu kid was struggling how he can conduct a Tamil show, TV show, and Bhagwan blessed him. The very next day, he went on the show and started speaking in Tamil fluently. That is where we get a shock. How can you just download a language where it becomes just fluent the next day and you start talking? That has happened many times that we have witnessed in Gurukul. Now it is for each one of us to experience all these great truths in our life as our reality. So let's start. If you have a video camera, please record these great videos which you will cherish forever. All these great things that Bhagavan is telling us to do. Simple integrity, simple obedience. We will cherish the ultimate space of oneness again and again. So apply the Jnananjan. If you have the Kantamala, there's a locket and you can apply the Jnananjan in your temple and your third eye. If you do not have, apply the Basma and Kumkum, which from any temple, that is also perfectly okay. And if you have a partner, you can ask the partner to write down a few sentences from a different language, or they can give it in English and you can translate into some languages that you have never known before. Whatever you perceive, just start writing it down. And at the end, if you see 5 to 10 words continuously, absolutely write in the other language, or the translation is so beautifully done, then you have manifested the powers completely. But if you just feel the Kundalini energy, and if you feel only the heat in the body, or just got 1 or 2 words correct, that's beautiful. You have started manifesting. First, we need to understand we are manifesting constantly our life. We are consciousness who has come, and we also manifest our body, and through this body we experience the 5 senses. Everything that happens is a manifestation. And understanding this as a manifestation, and everyone that we have are the different shapes and size of ourself who are projected as our own reality. How in the dream you project, that is exactly how you're projecting right now also. So if you understand that, you will not be angry with somebody. Your right hand never gets angry with the left hand, even though it hurts sometimes the other hand. It is always in oneness how your microcosm works in your body. If you understand that, that is exactly how your outer reality is also. Everything that exists is a perception of you, and the existential reality is much different, where you are consciousness, which becomes the matter also, and which you perceive also. Such a beautiful space starts manifesting as reality. Now, let's go to the instruction. Let's sit straight with the head, neck, and spine. Few minutes of meditation, deep meditation, will put you in such a auspicious abundance healing space for yourself and whoever is next to you. Just sitting in this session with so many of hundreds of us meditating on Paramashiva is the most beautiful space that we can experience. So visualize Paramashiva and verbalize whatever Bhagwan gave, the whole definition of collective consciousness, how we happen in others' life as others' reality is nothing but our own reality. Again and again understanding that others are nothing but the reflection of us, fulfilling different parts of us, and understanding that in a deeper and deeper sense, we'll understand that you are Paramashiva. Each one of us are Paramashiva, manifesting as Parashakti. Everything that exists is Paramashiva, manifesting as Parashakti. So complete completion, making everything redundant other than that. If you get a problem in your dream, will you go and get it fixed when you get up? No. If you have a problem, will you put a plaster on a mirror? No. Same way, all these problems, do not carry it on you. Make it redundant and irrelevant so that you can drop it and be in the oneness with Paramashiva. Paramashiva beautifully says how the churning, if you churn the milk and you find out churn the curd, you will find out there is butter in it, and inside the butter there is ghee in it. Like that, if you churn yourself and complete with all this incompletion, you will find Paramashiva in it and Parashakti in it, manifesting all your reality. Hold that space and chant the Mahavakya. Deeply, when you chant the Mahavakya, you will start experiencing that complete completion, that oneness space with Paramashiva. Entangling with Paramashiva, chanting the Mahavakya, you can chant any of the Mahavakya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, and hold the Ishtadevata or Bhagavan himself in your inner space and start continuously holding and chanting the Mahavakya. Whatever occurs, write it in a sheet of paper. At the end of the cycle, we'll verify whether those words are aligning to what Google Translation says. So let's start the power of Sarvanyatva, all-knowingness, chanting the Mahavakya intensely, whole being vibrating with that and listening to the chanting that you are chanting. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. You can open your eyes. Whatever Paramashiva has given, now verify with a Google translator how these translation matches with your words that you have downloaded as prasada from Paramashiva. All the gifts that Bhagavan is showering on each of us should make us understand that what in the space Bhagavan is waiting for each one of us to awaken to the higher reality. Bhagavan beautifully says how it is already existing in us and he's just making us realize the whole thing. Like somebody has lost their glasses and they're searching and somebody says, hey, your glasses is on you. And you say, oh yeah. And Bhagavan says like that, we will just recognize our space of Paramashiva and say, yes, I am Paramashiva. Everything is manifesting in me. Wow. I'm so happy I can recognize that. And that is the most beautiful space when that happens. That is exactly how these balasans manifest and they say, oh my God, I am Kalabhairava. I am able to do the Akashic reading. I am able to see the golden letters. All these greater truth, when it becomes the reality in you, you start recognizing your higher self. And that is the integrity that Bhagavan is saying. How you have to be integrated to your higher self, you're earning to know that, seeking that. Simply your earning becomes reality that you know you are Paramashiva, like Bhagavan staying with you 24/7, a physical presence of him and manifesting all the things that ultimate reality is. So that is the most beautiful space of oneness with Paramashiva. Surrendering yourself in such a way that you are completely redundant and only Paramashiva manifests through you. And beautifully, we'll have one more cycle and completely let's get into the oneness space with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Sarvajñatva. And write down whatever occurs, and at the end, if you've manifested the powers, please share even as a little. When you start sharing, that is when things become more stable and you start seeing that power manifestation is not something which happens for somebody or balasans, but it is you who is experiencing that, and you are superconscious being. If you're doing such complicated things of digesting your food into blood and making it go to your brain and all the functions that the brain does and the heart does and the lungs does, so much of complication, if you're able to manifest that, simply you can manifest downloading few words. That is much easier than all this Bhagavan says. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine. Put away your gadgets for a few minutes. Let's get into the deep oneness with Paramashiva and chant the Mahavakya. Bring the visualization, verbalization of everything that you know as Paramashiva in your third eye. Unclutch from everything else, including your body. Just merge into the sound of Mahavakya and oneness with Paramashiva, Shaktipada, and experience the power of Sarvajñatva. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Keep the paper ready to start noting down all the details. Whatever comes to you, start writing down. Don't judge anything. And simply you'll see the correct answers also among that. So start writing down all the things and let's start chanting deeply the Paramashiva Mahavakya.
Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pore, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda.
So beautiful. Whatever you have received as prasada, please share with the world. That is collective integrity. More and more, each one of you sharing with the world, the world will become such a beautiful place. Share your whatever pre-satsang, your cognitions on the power manifestation, on the satsang experiences, breakthroughs, and whatever you have recorded or taken picture. Authentically share with your social media platforms or in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. Tag it to your friends and family. Every time you share with your teamly, you expand more and more. You understand you are Paramashiva and they are also Paramashiva, manifesting in different forms and shapes. Once you understand that, you will not feel anything else other than you will only feel more enriched and more powerful. Sharing with the world, enriching and causing, Bhagavan says, I myself will be there and cause others reality. That is nothing but your own reality. And if you see a dollar sign at the end of the YouTube chat, you can click on it and offer $1, a gratitude space for whatever Bhagavan is showering for all of us. Again and again, he is giving us all these great truths because of the Kailasa, and contributing to Kailasa is the best thing that you can offer in deep gratitude in oneness with Paramashiva. So let's surrender all that powerful cognition and power manifestation to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Thank Bhagavan for whatever he has shown us, and with the deep gratitude and earning, ask Bhagavan to make Paramashiva as your reality. And thank each one of you to create such a beautiful space to manifest the powers today. So with that, let's end this session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you again at 6 p.m. in the Zoom session. You can log in through Kailasa for our next power manifestation session. Nithyanandam.